Why can't I your Instagram Samara aka Sammy, and welcome back to another video. So okay, I had to redo that whole thing because I went and touched stuff and I was supposed to save the audio file from where I was recording and I ended up clicking undo and ended up deleting the whole audio track. So we have to start this over, okay? We have to start this over. Y'all not gonna know any of this because by the time y'all see this video, it's gonna look like we're doing this for the very first time. However, I just felt like I should have told y'all that. So here we are, okay? But anyway, we are here. If you have already read by the title, you already know we are not here for our regularly scheduled program. We are not here to react to any music, although there is some new things out. We might get into those, we'll see. However, we are here to discuss what's going on in the music industry, okay? Why are the albums getting shorter and shorter? Why are the song lengths getting shorter and shorter by the minute? Now, if you have not watched my Halle Bailey video that sparked my whole discussion, here is a clip of it. I will insert the clip, but I definitely think you should go watch the whole video just because you should just watch the whole video because you might as well. But I'm going to insert the clip of me ranting about the thing I discovered here. I want to know, like, is this the label saying, oh, we got to cut the song shorter? Or is this y'all being the ones that, because I've noticed that every album I've reacted to recently have had majority, like, why is this album 15 songs and 41 minutes? I should be sitting down for like at least an hour and 15 minutes listening to an album. I don't like this. I don't like this trend. I just wanted to make this clear. I do not like it. I don't like this trend. Can we please bring back fully fleshed out songs? Give me back the bridges. Give me back the full-fledged songs. I'm sick of it. I'm honestly sick of it. I'm sick and tired. No, now I'm mad. Now I'm mad about it because now I'm seeing how many albums I'm seeing the trend, the thing. Who do I need to speak to? So as you can see, I was very passionate, okay? It was very much giving, let's get to the bikini bottom of things, okay? So I went and did some research, okay? I went and did some research because I was like, clearly something is going on here. It's not really, the math is not mathing, the logic is not logicking. Without further ado, we're going to get into why songs have become shorter and shorter. We're going to get into what happened. And we're also going to get into the reason why it might not be as new as it may seem. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. According to Google, let's start with a history lesson, okay? So, I read this article before we get to what Google Gemini is talking about, because Google Gemini was talking about in the current day. So, I read this article. It's called Why Songs Seem Shorter, written by Sonia Chien on April 3rd, 2025. I will insert the link below if you guys also want to read that article. But this is what I read. So apparently, right, short songs that are 2 minutes and less it's not a brand new concept that just came about, right? So back in the 1900s up until the 1940s into like the 50s and 60s, song form was actually written to be a little bit shorter due to the recording limitations of a 7/8 RPM record because it only maintained a certain amount of space on the disc to hold a certain amount of data, correct? So, songs were normally written in AABA form. So now, for all of my people who don't know what AABA form is, let me go ahead and educate you real quick, okay? So, AABA is a song form, okay? It's usually your melody, then a second variation, a second repeated variation of the melody, and then a bridge section, and then it goes back to the original melody. So an example of this would be Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Blue Moon by Marcel's. I can go ahead and play an example. Let's go over here to YouTube, because if y'all are visual and audio learners like me, I understand that that's how we learn, okay? So let's go ahead and listen to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Here you have the original melody. So now this is the second melody. Back to the original melody. See, I get the idea? So that's how a lot of songs were written back in those days, right? So, in the years 1900 to 1940s, that is a song form that was highly popular during that time, right? So those both songs released in 1961, right? So that was the reason why songs were limited in terms of length back in the days, because of the limitations of recording. Because obviously, as we know, technology back then was not as advanced as it is today. We know this, right? We kind of already knew this. So if that's the situation with all of the advanced technology that we have going on today, that's not really an excuse anymore, right? Follow me. And then around the 50s and 60s came verse-chorus form, which is the normal song form that we are accustomed to. You have a verse, you have a chorus, you have a verse, you have a chorus. You see what I'm saying? So due to those things, obviously media form affected song lengths. So when we moved into the vinyl era of time, which was around the early 1900s, it was limited on, the amount of space that the vinyl can use. Okay? Mind me if I don't sound all of it put together. I'm just going over my notes really quick. So that was because of technological back in the day. So now when cassette tapes and CDs got introduced to the music industry, it was able to hold more data, which means that songs were able to be longer in length. So some album examples, right? We have Whitney Houston, I'm Your Baby Tonight, which released in 1990. It was 11 songs and 53 minutes. Follow me, camera, follow me. Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation album was released in 1989. It had 20 songs on that album, and it was 1 hour and 4 minutes long. Brandy's Full Moon album, which is the best R&B album to ever be released, and you can argue with your mother, your papa, and your bald-headed grandma, was released in 2001, the year of my birth. It was 18 songs, and that album was 1 hour and 18 minutes. 18 songs. Every single song on that album was at least 4 minutes long. Follow me, camera. Okay? Destiny's Child, Writing on the Wall, released in 1999. It's 16 songs, 1 hour and 5 minutes. Now, as you can see, I'm also going to insert the clip of me in that video talking about the song lengths, what I just said just now, and comparing it to the song lengths of the albums that we just was talking about in that video. Josh Levi album, 15 songs and 40 minutes. Like, why is that the formula these days? Coco Jones album, not the extended version, the original version, is 14 songs and 42 minutes. You see what I'm saying? There's a theme here. Like, even let's look at Chloe's album. I'm trying to make a point before my camera dies. But like, her last album, Trouble in Paradise, came out last year. 16 songs, 49 minutes. You see what I'm saying? In Pieces was 14 songs, 38 minutes. So as you can see, there is a big difference, right? Because in some albums, you have 15 songs and the album is 40 minutes long. But here, you have an album, Destiny's Child had an album that was 16 songs, and it was 1 hour and 5 minutes. Clearly, there is a shift here. So, according to Google Gemini and other things, during the 2010s, around the rise of streaming platforms such as Spotify, for example, artists started to make their songs shorter. You may be asking why. So, here's the thing. Spotify payouts often get triggered after the first 30 seconds of a song, right? So the first 30 seconds of a song, whenever it plays, that usually is what causes Spotify to trigger their payouts, right? So this caused artists to try and get to the hook of the song faster instead of building it up, because then people will play the song for longer than 30 seconds because they're not waiting for the song to begin. You're following me. Are you following me? So shorter songs allowed for more playtime in a shorter period of time, which in turn increased revenue for artists. Did y'all hear what I just said? Spotify pays their artists after the first 30 seconds of a song. That has caused artists to get to the hook of the song. The hook of the song, if y'all know, the hook of the song is the catchiest part of the song. That's essentially the chorus of the song. Get to it faster. Basically, they're trying to say, hurry up and get to the point. Hurry up and get to the point, because don't nobody have time to be sitting here waiting for the story to load. Hurry up and get to the point so that we could go ahead and make our check. And it's just like TikTok videos. I can watch the same TikTok video 20 times in less than 10 minutes because it's on a loop and it's like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And if it's on a loop, I can watch that same TikTok about 50 to 100 times in less than 10 minutes than it will take me to watch one 10-minute video on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? This video that I'm giving to you is probably going to be something like 20-something minutes. And if you sit and watch this whole video all the way through, your one view, which I super appreciate, thank you for being here, is only going to count. You spent your entire 20 minutes watching one video when you could have spent that same 20 minutes and you could have gone through about 10, 15 TikToks by now. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It increases views. And how social media works in terms of getting paid from social media, you don't get paid if nobody is watching your stuff. If you don't have views, unfortunately, you will not be getting paid. That's kind of how the internet works across the spectrum. Whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Twitch, whatever platform you work on, if you are not getting a certain amount of views, the money that you get paid from social media depends on the amount of views you get. That's where a lot of social media people do a lot of clickbaity stuff. They're in drama all the time. They're on Messy Monday all the time. They're always involved in XYZ because drama brings views. And views equals money, equals paychecks, equals eyes on your page, which equals money in your pockets. Y'all have got to follow me. Okay? You have got to follow me. So we keep wondering, like, why are the songs getting shorter and shorter and shorter? Because, ladies and gentlemen, they have to do what they got to do to make money. The problem is, we cannot continue to blame the artists, okay? We can't, because at the end of the day, if an artist is signed to a label, that artist has money that they are owed, that they are in due, that they have to do to the labels, okay what I'm saying? When you're assigned to a label, it's basically like getting a fat ass loan with a high ass interest rate, okay? They give you this deal, this $1 million deal, or however much money deal, for you to produce this album, for you to produce your music videos, make your music, hire your engineers, hire your songwriters, your producers, get your team together. It'll give you the budget to make the art, to make the music. And all of that depends on how much it sells. So if you spend years, you spend $1 million putting your album together, and by the time your album hits the streets, from the physical sales, streaming sales, and all the other stuff, your album only makes $500,000. You owe the record label another $500,000. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Artists only get paid the residuals of after they pay the label back. You see, it's kind of like when you open a business. You have your expenses, you have your costs, and then you have your revenue, right? So if you have your expenses and your costs, once you make money from wherever you sold, you have to then balance it against the costs and expenses, and whenever you have left over from that is the money that you made. That's your profit. You see what I'm saying? Like a little business class for you. I have a lot of education, okay? I went to business school, I went to music school, and I went to music business school. So I understand how everything works, okay? Signing to a record label is basically like getting investors to invest in your business. That's essentially what signing to a record label is. Obviously, there's more red tape. Obviously, there's more details that we don't know about. There's different clauses in your contract that causes artists to do different things. Obviously, the details are different. However, the situation is kind of still the same. Okay? You only get what's being made after you pay your debts. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing in your life. You get paid from your job, and after you pay your rent, your electric bill, your water bill, you buy groceries, you put gas in your car. After you do all of that stuff, whatever money you have left after that is the amount of money you get to keep for yourself, to go shopping, to go buy stuff for your personal self, to go get you some new clothes, to get you something to eat, to get you to go whatever the hell else. Whatever money you have left after you pay your bills is the money you have left to spend for you. Which a lot of time in average in America, a lot of us don't have anything left after we give it away to all our bills, right? Y'all feel free to correct me in the comments. If I'm saying anything in this video that you think is incorrect or you actually have the facts, please go in the comments, drop some education for me. Let's have a discussion. Drop some articles in the comment section. We can talk about it. We can do other things because, baby, all I'm saying is all these reasons, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, okay? So we cannot continue to blame the market, okay? The main reason why albums got shorter is because of us. It's because of the listeners, because of the GP, the general public, okay? Our attention spans as a whole, as a society, have got shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Our attention spans have gotten so much shorter as a society. So we cannot blame these record labels for putting out what we are asking for. You see what I'm saying? It's a supply and demand chain. So if we keep asking for this thing, the companies are going to keep providing us with this thing because that's what's being demanded. They're going to supply what's being demanded. Back in the day, people demanded music that meant something, music that was whole, music that was wholesome, music that was rounded. You see what I'm saying? The artist, the audience for the music of the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s and the eras that we love so much, the audience for those eras of music demanded the type of music that was being made back then. You see what I'm saying? So we cannot keep sitting here and accepting these shitty ass little 2-minute songs. No offense to all the 2-minute songs out there, but we can't keep sitting and accepting these 2-minute songs over and over and over again, and nobody does anything. And that's what, and if it keeps getting, if these 2-minute songs keep putting money in the pockets of these labels, guess what's gonna happen? Take a wild guess. Right, they're gonna keep making 2-minute songs. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? I just want to know if you understand what I'm saying. So I say all that to say, all of the education, all of the history, all of the things, we don't have any excuses today in terms of technological limitations, okay? We have no excuse. We could record hour-long podcasts. We could record 4-minute songs. And I think it also comes down to the matter of we need more real musicians in the music industry. Okay? Musicians make a difference. We have to pay our musicians properly. We have to respect them. Nobody talking to you, Siri. We have to pay our musicians properly. We have to respect them. We have to pay our songwriters properly and respect them. And we have to pay our producers properly and respect them as well. Because if you are not getting paid, why would I be coming to work and doing a good job if I'm not getting paid properly or if I'm not getting the respect that I deserve? You see what I'm saying? We have to actually, back in the day, the main issue was we had a lot of actual live musicians in the studio recording at the same time the artists were recording. Oh yes, baby, that's how they used to record back in the day. In the 80s, the 60s, the 90s, I don't know about 90s, but in the 60s and 70s and back in those days, that's why the audio quality wasn't really that good because the band and the singer were recording in the same room at the same time. So when you have to go mix those individual tracks, a lot of the times things will be bleeding into each other because the mics are right there. You follow me. Okay? But that's not an excuse because we have the technology these days to still have the band and the singer recorded at the same time. It's possible. It's more than possible. It's very, very, very not easy to do, but it's very possible to do. There are so many talented engineers, recording engineers, mixing engineers, mastering engineers all over the world. I need us as a music society together collectively to come to the agreement that we will not be accepting 2-minute songs anymore. Bring back the full concept. Bring back the fully realized idea. I need to know the whole story. I need to know the whole story, because by the time you get me to the story, the song is over. You see what I'm saying? Especially, I need us to bring the bridges back, guys. Y'all know how much I'm advocating for my bridges, and that is really why we need musicians, because bridges are hard. Musically, like music theory wise, and musically, if you're not a musician, creating a bridge without a musician is difficult. It is, because you have to know which key you're in. You have to know which key to shift it up to when you do, because usually bridges have some kind of key change. There's some type of melodic change in a bridge. So you have to kind of introduce a new musical idea, a new motif into that song, so that you can create a bridge. And that is hard to do without a musician. That's hard to do if you are not somebody that understands music theory, that understands actually like how it works. Music is a science, guys. I know we love to listen to it, but when you get down to the nitty gritty, baby, music is hard to make. I'm telling you right now, that baby ain't easy. Music is scientific. It's such a science. That's why they call it engineering, because it's literally that. It's literally that. And the people who can sight read, I only recently, like really in depth, learned how to read music when I went to Full Sail. I don't play any instruments. My instrument is my voice. I am a singer. So I never had to learn to read music growing up, because you don't necessarily need to know how to read music to sing. And the schools, please do not take music out of the schools, y'all. We need the band kids. We need the band kids. As a matter of fact, yes, bring all the band kids to the front. We need the band kids to the studios. Bring them to the studios. I beg of you to bring them to the studios, because that's what we need, guys. That's what we need. And I feel like it is out there. I'm not going to sit here and act like the whole music industry is shit and then there's no good music. I'm not going to sit here and say that, because I will be a hypocrite if I sat here and said that, because I will thoroughly enjoy a good song. I need us to bring music back. I need us to bring out fully fleshed out ideas. By the time the song is over, you know what the story was. You know what she was talking about. You know what was going on. Because if you listen to the whole song of When You Touch Me by Brandy, and I'm going to talk about this song every opportunity I get, because I don't think we as a community truly comprehend the wizardry that was going on in the studio when she recorded that song. Okay, that song is a masterpiece. It is masterpiece R&B. Okay, textbook R&B. When You Touch Me by Brandy. Matter of fact, let's play it, because she starts the song off with the intro. All I can do is sit and think about the way you used to touch me, the way you used to love me, the way you used to hold me, the way you used to touch me. And I don't want is another moment. She's setting the scene. We're gonna listen to it. And we're gonna get into the lyrics, because I need y'all to understand why this is the greatest R&B song of all time. Okay, here we go. Follow me. Wow. Soft, calm. We're introing, setting the scene. Follow me. Now let's pause, okay? She said, I wish I could hold you just for a little while. Okay? Let me. I wish I could see you right now, but you're so far away. Okay? Follow me, camera.
Driving me crazy, I'm missing you, baby, and the way you touch me.
So now she's talking to him. She's talking to him. Okay, she's writing a letter. She said, it's driving me crazy. I'm missing you and the way that you touch me. And if you follow the storyline of the whole album, mind you, that's what we're going to do. After we get through talking about this, we're going to do this. We're going to do a re-listen to the Full Moon album so I can really break it down to you and explain to y'all why Full Moon by Brandy is the greatest R&B album to ever hit the streets. Okay? And I will argue with anybody about that. But we'll get into that in another video. Y'all comment down below. Let me know if y'all want that. I can really get into it. But follow me for a second with this one. She said, I really miss you. I can't wait till you touch me. Ooh. Will you please touch me? I promise. Pause it. Okay? So, baby, she said, I'm coming to see you. Now, at first she was talking to him, talking about, oh, I miss you, I want to see you, yada, yada, yada. Now she's talking about, I'm on the way. I'm on the plane, and I'm wearing that dress you like. Okay? She said she haven't been sleeping. What else happened? I've been thinking about the way you touch me. Woo. She's telling the story. We still got 2 minutes to go. Oh my God. You right. Get into it. She's building it up now. She said, really? Yes. Babe. Woo. Touch me how I want. Oh my gosh, can we talk about that? Can we talk about that part right there? I'm so sorry. Babe. Brandy is the queen of ad-libs. There's nobody that ad-libs like Brandy. There's none. There's none on this planet that ad-libs like Brandy. Now, mind you, I made a TikTok video, a 3-part TikTok years ago. If y'all go on my TikTok, it's on there, of me breaking down this song, like the vocals of it. This girl, Brandy, I was about to say this bitch, but no, that's not who we're talking about here. My girl said, how I want, bitch. Who came up with that? Who came up with that? Do you understand? This heifer put a minor note. She made it minor. Bitch. I mean, the whole song is already minor, but like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta do it again. Cause I don't think y'all understand. Y'all not following me. And then she explodes. She has a little and then she explodes. You so bitch. Y'all not listening to her. Y'all not listening to my girl. Y'all are not listening. Y'all not hearing her. Y'all just want to dance. Y'all not hearing my girl. And then she explodes into the soul. She explodes into the you soul. Listen to it again. I'm not going to sing. I want y'all to listen to it. Do you understand? She's literally losing control. I don't think y'all understand. I don't think y'all get it. I don't think they get it. I don't think they understand. Are y'all following me? I promise you, I'm not a crazy person. I promise you, I am not a crazy person. Y'all have to understand, the vocals are telling the story. Okay? Because when she says, how I want, she's singing it soft, intricately. How I want. Because in the first verse and the first chorus, she already expressed this already. So now she's saying it again. And it's like, it's aching, it's yearning. And then she say, you so. Like, you, bitch, you. This is the one I want, you. And now she's like, oh my gosh, come on. Like, I really want my man. And then she comes back down to the makes me lose control. She's literally losing control. She was soft, then she was loud, then she was soft again, then she's gonna be loud again. Y'all not hearing my girl. Y'all not hearing my girl. Y'all not hearing my girl. Oh, so good. And now we're breaking it down. We got back to now she told a story, right? And now we come back down. And she's like, I'm still here, baby. I'm still waiting. What time are you coming? What time are you coming? Mind you, she just saw her mom on the plane, but she's not really on the plane. She waited for him to come. Now we get to the climax of the story. You see what I'm saying?
For you to touch me.
And she gotta build it up. Here we go, explode. Now she's going off. She's like, I'm sick of holding it in. I'm sick of holding it back. I'm trying to really tell this nigga how I feel. It's a build up of storytelling. Let me give y'all a little English, okay? When you have a storytelling, right? It's like a mountain, right? You have your exposition, you have your plot, your main plot, your exposition, your rising action, your climax, your falling action, your conclusion. Follow me. You have your introduction. She's like, all I can do is sit and think about, like, dear diary. All I can do is sit and think about the way you used to touch me, the way you used to hold me, the way you used to love me. Then she's talking. Then you have your exposition, your rising action, right? You have the little stuff that's going on in the beginning, and then your rising action gets right up there. So that second verse is really that rising action. She's getting to like the whole in depth of what's going on. Then that climax is that bridge. Understand me. That climax is that bridge. Especially that end when she said, nothing. She gets to, let's pretend this is the top of the mountain, right? She said, nothing wouldn't do. And now we're here. And then she explodes. I can't do that high full voice right now because Brandy sings really high and you don't think she's singing high, but she's singing high. She said, I really miss baby. Listen to the song. Now she's going off. Till you touch me, I'm out of my mind when I think of war. She exploded, and when she comes back, do you understand? Every time she talks about her mind and losing her mind, she gets quieter. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. When she said before, makes me lose control, she got back quiet. Because where did you lose control? In your mind. Then, when she comes back here, she said, I'm out of my mind when I think of war. And then she gets into the best run in all of R&B. Let's hear it. Will you please touch me up? Did y'all hear what she said? Now she's begging. Will you please touch me up? She is begging him to touch her. I'm done. Turn the camera off, bro. She's begging. Now she's talking about it. Now she's really talking her shit. And I love it when you loving me. She's already on her knees. She's begging. And now she's talking about the shit. And in the background, we still have the original story. I can't hardly wait. So now all of these thoughts are still in the back of her head. Mind you, I might be reading completely into this. And this might not be what she meant at all when she was making this song. However, we're going to go ahead and assume, okay? I'm a storytelling girl, okay? And now she has the background thoughts and the forward thoughts. And now she said, and I love it when you loving me. Let the song finish. Let the song finish. And this one, The last time she talks about she's out of her mind, now she's yelling. Do you see what's happening? The first 2 times it was soft. She said, makes me lose control. And she said, I'm out of my mind when I think of whoa. And then she said, driving me out of my mind. Did you understand the progression?
He will touch me, and when you touch me.
By the time she gets to the ending, she is tired. She is tired. She said, and soon as I see my baby love, he will touch me. She's finished her yearning. She's finished her earning, her yearning. She's finished begging. She done poured her whole heart out. And he said, he will touch me. Then she goes back to her diary. She goes back. Are y'all following me? She goes back to her diary. And soon as I see my baby love, he will touch me. Yeah. And he had the background singing, really miss you, babe, and makes you touch me. And the song is concluded. And by the time you get to the end of the song, you understand that was the full and complete story of that song. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I had to nerd out on y'all really quick. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, but as y'all can see, we have the potential to do this, okay? I need to be in somebody's studio at this point. I need to just go ahead and fix the problem myself. It seems like that's what needs to be done. I'm complaining about a problem, but yet I myself, I'm not doing anything to rectify it. So it seems like I need to be I need to go and be in somebody's studio. That's what it's giving. Stay tuned for that. But yes, guys, that's what's going on. Long story short, artists are making the song shorter so they can get more coins, because the more your song plays over and over again, the more money you make, and the shorter your song is, the more times your song can be played over and over in a shorter amount of time. So it will take me, let's say it takes me 20 minutes to listen to a 4-minute song 5 times, right? In that same 20 minutes, I can listen to a 2-minute song 10 times. You see what I'm saying? So you double your listening time in that shorter amount of 20 minutes. So I understand where it's coming from, but at the same time, I don't care. That might work for hip hop, that might work for pop, reggae, all the other genres, but for R&B, this is not the space for 2-minute songs. R&B is the genre of storytelling. It is the genre of bridges. Bridges exist because of R&B and gospel, yes. But we need, R&B is not the space for the 2-minute songs. Keep 2-minute songs out of R&B. It might work for other genres, but not R&B. Not R&B. And that's all I have to say. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Y'all feel better? Okay. But yes, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. We need to go ahead and get something done about this. I am so glad you guys are here to watch me go off and go crazy and nerd out about little things like that. But if y'all are here with me, we're here together. We are here together. So I love you guys so much for watching. Make sure you tune into my new videos that's coming out. Make sure you subscribe so you can be here when new videos come out. Make sure you go ahead and watch the old videos if you have not, if you've missed them. And yes, guys, we're going to talk more about this. We're going to keep our eye on it and see if it changes. But until next time, babes, I'm going to see y'all later. Deuces. Bye.